There's a deer in my camp. Hello friends, family, total strangers. Today's video is about this place. If you hadn't noticed, it's a gigantic glacier behind me. I am in Olympic National Park. This is Blue Glacier. So after my coastal trip, so Olympic National Park, you have to plan out your backcountry trips ahead of time. You have to pick your campsites and all that. So I had already planned this trip before I had hiked the other one. And after hiking out the last day of the coastal trip, which was 9 miles and took like 6 hours of some of the most brutal, difficult hiking you can imagine, after that, was it 9 or 10? I think it was 10 miles actually. It was 10 miles. And then I went straight from that after getting out, having to hike 6 miles in on this trip. Because that's the way I had got my permit. So I ended up hiking 16 miles that day, with 10 of it being incredibly brutal. And that was the day before yesterday. And then yesterday I hiked from that 6 mile mark to up here, which is the 17 mile mark. So I even think that mileage is a little wrong. I think it was 12 miles. So I did 12 miles yesterday, and coming up 3,000 feet up here into the high country. So yeah, it was a 17 mile trip in, which means it's going to be a 17 mile trip out. I was so exhausted that I did not film on the way in, so I decided that I'm just going to shoot this from the top down. So I'm starting at Blue Glacier, and I'm going to be hiking down through the whole rainforest back to the van. So this is the terminus of the glacier. There's also a trail that takes you to the lateral trail. So that takes you mid-glacier somewhere. So yeah, I think we'll go ahead and do that one as well. So my camp is still set up down at Glacier Meadows. So I will show you around camp before I pack up and leave. And yeah, let's check this place out. It's currently about 9:30, 9 or 9:30. I have this all to myself right now, which is pretty awesome. So I'm going to film the trail back down and all the wildflowers and everything, which there's quite a bit, and it's pretty spectacular scenery. And then I think we're going to try the lateral trail. Okay, back at the junction, so we're gonna check out the lateral moraine now. Here we go. The wildflowers are going off right now. Mountains aren't too shabby either. I must say this glacier fed water sure tastes a lot better than that brown runoff from the coast hike. What the heck are these things? Pretty cool. There are a couple snowfields that I have to cross right now, but nothing too bad. I'm tripping. Wait for it. Holy crap-a-moly. This is kind of amazing. This is absolutely gorgeous. There's the glacier. And then we were right down there somewhere earlier. I just heard a rumble over there. I think a piece of the glacier was breaking off. Wow. Yeah, this is absolutely amazing up here. If you're only going to do one of the two hikes, this is the one to do. This is the lateral moraine. The terminus moraine was really cool too, and definitely worth doing as well. But this is the one. This is the one. Yeah, hiking the terminus moraine, you miss out on this part of the glacier, which is spectacular. This is amazing up here. There does seem to be a sort of sketchy path down through the scree, which may eventually lead to the glacier, but I think this is good enough right here. This is pretty awesome. It should be pointed out that if you have a severe fear of heights, this might not be the trail for you. Okay, back down the mountain. I will say getting up here early, doing this in the morning, not even that early, I think I started about 8:30, I left camp. Doing this in the morning, I haven't seen a single other person. I think most people day hike to this, they camp at Elk Lake and day hike up, or they hike all the way here, check it out in the afternoon, evening, and then camp at the Meadows. So if you camp at the Meadows first and come up here the next morning, I mean, this is peak season, and I haven't seen a single person on the trail in 3 hours. So it's worked out pretty well. One last good look at the glacier here. Oh yeah, awesome. Here's a marmot on the other side of the canyon. Pretty cool. Here was my camp last night. This is at Glacier Meadows. Okay, so I started at the Rainforest Visitor Center, and I hiked up to Happy 4 on my first night. And then last night I camped at Glacier Meadow. And then this morning I did the hikes up to the glaciers, or Glacier, the two different hikes to the glacier. And now I'm going to head back and camp at Lewis Meadow. And then from there, it's 11 miles back out to the Rainforest Visitor Center. Yeah, sorry, my map is a little tattered, but still functional. Okay, all packed up. Time to hit the trail. Lewis Meadow, next stop. So there was an avalanche at some point, or a landslide. And so now there's this wooden rope ladder thing that you have to... You climb down it when you come in, and you have to climb up it to get out. And yeah, that's what I'm about to do. I do have footage of somebody on it yesterday, so I'll show that. Okay, here we go. I can't really film myself while I'm doing this. This is a two-hands operation. Yeah, that's a interesting little section. Okay, so that's pretty much the end of the mountain scenery for the rest of the hike. There's little glimpses here and there, but for the most part, this is a forest walk until you get up near the rope ladder. Or the ladder with rope assist, I guess it is. So yeah, that's that. So I'm going to do my best to capture the forest for the rest of the hike and camp tonight. I'll maybe do some cooking and show that. Yep. Did I already mention how much better the water is on this trail as opposed to the coastal route? There's Elk Lake. This is a really pretty forest through here, but it is going to be a little anticlimactic right after the glaciers. This is the Hoh River, and we will be following this all the way out. A little pine tree growing right out of the stump. Pretty cool. So yeah, this is my lovely campsite here at, where am I at? Lewis Meadows. There's wood for a fire, but I am just not feeling very motivated towards that right now, so I think we're quick dinner in bed. Here's my dinner I just threw together, which is rice and lentils cooked with taco seasoning, Parmesan cheese, and avocado on a tortilla. A little strange, but I bet it'll taste just fine. And yeah, I'm hungry enough. It's gonna be delicious. You might be wondering how I clean my thermos, and that's the answer. I use chunks of tortilla and just move it around with my spork, and yeah, and then do a little final rinse and drink the water. Especially here in bear country, I don't want to. There's a lot of black bears around here, especially closer to the campsites, so I try to keep the cleanest camp as possible. The tortilla scrubber works great. A great way to wake up in the morning. A little morning coffee. Some Parmesan cheese grits that I whipped up for breakfast. Parmesan is a great cheese to bring for backpacking because it's easy to put in things. You don't have to cut it up, and it holds pretty well. Okay, all packed up. Let's hit the trail. It was very hot and humid on the hike in a couple days ago, and it's very cool and misty this morning, which is exciting.
Big. It reminds me of,
Home sweet band.